Ayan. So, magandang hapon sa lahat and welcome to the BitPinas Webcast. And I think this is now our ninth episode. We're approaching our 10th episode and hopefully marami pa rin kayo natututunan sa aming webcast. And without further ado, I'll bring in my co-host, Chin. Hi, Chin. Hi, Chin, you're on mute.
Thanks, Mike. Hey everyone. Very exciting yung episode natin this afternoon. I'm sure, Mike, you are also very excited because of these artists. Oh, there.
Okay, so I'm not sure if hindi ko masyado narinig, but
Mm.
let's see. And yes, so for this episode, this is now NFT and art part 3. Kasi meron na tayong dalawang NFT episode. So, ang aming first episode about NFT was on January 13, 2022 with Pinas Webcast 6. Nandun yung mga basics on NFTs and
Mm.
like kung paano mag-start and paano magbenta, paano how to get known. So that's with Tito Jopet and Berlin and Jake. So please watch that episode. So for this one, we are going to put a spotlight on three NFT artists. First Burn or at Burn Dogtography, and then April of Team Sebi at Sebi Loves Art and Marso. So isa-isahin ko na silang iyakyat. So ayan si Burn. Hi Burn.
Hi,
Hello,
Bern.
hi.
All right. Next one we have.
And then si uh
Hey,
hi
Sebi. Hey, April.
Sebi.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Hello there.
Cute.
And then is Marso in? Mm-hmm. Hi Marso.
Hey, Marso. All right. Maybe she's just setting up.
Hi. Yan.
Oh, there.
I don't have any cam at the moment kasi nasira. Pero hello.
No worries. Okay, so before we start the whole webcast, we just want to call for some donations. So for those who have watched our webcast episodes, we have Adrian Rabino, also known as Crypto Fortune. He is our technical analyst and he provides like educational videos on YouTube and on Facebook. So he's just calling for donations for his father. So if anyone there who wants to help out, please reach Adrian through his Facebook page, Crypto Fortune, or you can also reach out to BitPinas. Okay. All right. Now we move to the next part, which is introducing our guests. Mike? Can you hear me, Mike? There must be some internet connections. Can you hear me? Hmm. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Is it back on, Mike?
Wala.
Oh, okay, there. All right. So first in our spotlight is Bern. So Bern, welcome to the webcast. First, can you introduce us about yourself and then how long have you been in the crypto PH art space and more about your project?
Hi, so my name is Bern. I am actually a graduate of fine arts way back in college. And then I started volunteering sa mga dog shelters and and cat shelters in Manila. So I
Mhm.
started my crypto journey just last November of 2020 lang.
Right.
Very
And
recently lang.
I actually remember when I think you first posted about your project on Twitter. That was the first time I saw it. And then very unique because usually we see NFT art na graphic design or like paintings, but here you actually photograph animals and you also have paintings as well, right?
Yes, oo. Kasi I started talaga as a volunteer photographer sa mga shelters. And then a friend mentioned lang na, oh, why don't you go into NFT? Kasi nga I can help raise funds for the shelter also. Yun.
Mm-hmm. So how did you actually first heard about NFTs through a friend?
Yes,
Tama
oo.
ba? And when you heard about it, parang ano yung unang reaction mo when it comes to like promoting art or having your art valued and selling it on the internet as an NFT? Like, did you have an idea about blockchain or crypto before that? Or you know
Ac-
first?
Actually, parang before that, narinig ko na yung crypto, tapos hindi ko siya maintindihan talaga. So, that's why I wasn't really interested in it. And then, so I kept on hearing it for a couple of months. Tapos parang ko, hindi ko maintindihan yan. Parang, why will I spend time learning it? Parang I was a bit hesitant nung time na yun. There's like a wall.
Mm,
And then, uh, I have a friend, his name is Nam. He's a, ang Twitter name is Nam Das Art. And then
mm-hmm,
he mentioned lang na, sabi niya, why don't you put your dog photos as an NFT? Sabi ko,
mm-hmm,
what do you mean? Sabi niya, I can sell all the adoption photos that we didn't use as NFTs to help raise funds. Tapos when he told me of that proposition, din ako napaisip na, oo nga, no, why don't I do that? Kasi
mm-hmm.
rather than it being nasa hard drive lang, at least it can earn money for the shelter.
Right. That
Yun.
makes sense. So, November you started like learning about it. Ano yung mga usual challenges mo when it comes to like NFTs like nung beginner ka pa lang? Ano yung parang hindi ko to maintindihan masyado and paano mo siya na like na overcome?
Actually, lahat hindi ko maintindihan. Sobrang ano siya, sobrang info overload siya.
Nung time na yon.
Um, so parang I didn't know where to start nung una pa lang. Parang ang dami ko kasing nakikitang YouTube videos about
Mm,
it, ang daming articles. So I couldn't really pick out where I would start. Basta
right.
I kept on asking lang and then I kept on watching and watching. Tapos parang it was like a good 1 month crash course talaga. As in puyatan. As in hindi ako natutulog kasi I had to learn everything kasi nga ang bilis nga nung mga nangyari. Ayun,
Mhm. And nung time
ganun.
na yon sobrang nag-spread talaga yung NFT movement in the Philippines. Like dumadami talaga yung artists na nagiging interested with it.
Oo, and then I was also part of, parang sinali ako dun sa isang Twitter group with other NFT Filipino artists. So as in, ang daming info na pumapasok na hindi ko naiintindihan. So
Mhm.
when they said mga wagmi, mga ganun, I had to search what that meant. Yung mga simple terms like that. As in, I started from those talaga.
Mhm. And
Mm.
did you actually get help from like other NFT artists or artists na parang enthusiast pa lang to like really deepen your knowledge within
Oo
the space or
naman.
like pushed you to actually create your NFT collection and actually raise funds for the animal shelters na you're involved with?
Oo, well, una yun nga yung friend ko si Nam, he was the one
Mhm.
who introduced me. So he sent a lot of links. And then also sa crypto art page, sina Tito Jopet, as in they would go on Discord pa. Lalo na yun si Marso, as in first time ko siya nakilala, nagpapanik ako kasi hindi ko naiintindihan talaga. So they were there naman talaga from the start. It was a very helpful community naman. Until naman now, may mga hindi pa rin ako naiintindihan and they're always there to answer my questions.
Right. And can you speak about your NFT collections? Here we see Rain Doggo's collection, and there are others as well. Can you share to the audience like how you came up with that collection and how's the journey so far?
Okay, I'll start muna with the rain doggos. Actually, this was photographed before pa ako na-introduce sa NFT space. Um, Kasi itong rain doggos na 'to, it was for it was really for the adoption photos of these dogs. So every month or every 2 months, we would go together kami ng mga volunteers sa Potion to do an adoption drive. So these photos are actually the extra photos of these dogs. Kasi when you take photos of dogs, hindi naman isang picture lang yun eh. Kasi syempre you have to calm the dog down, you have to make sure na hindi sila naninigas, hindi sila mukhang takot, mukha sila masaya. So per dog, I have at least like 25 photos of that dog. So mga ang nagagamit lang sa mga shelters, sa mga promotional materials is mga isa or dalawang photo per dog. So I have like about like 20 to 24 photos na hindi nagamit na it's just stuck in the hard drive. So kaya nga nung na-introduce ako ng friend ko sa NFT, sabi niya, ibenta mo na lang kaya. So I was like, oo nga no, kasi rather than it being in the hard drive lang, it can be used to raise funds for them. So, ayun, yun yung Rain Dogos collection kasi the adoption drive was during Christmas, mga December something, at Robinson's Galleria, kaya naka-Christmas outfit sila. And then yung black pins naman, so yung Rain Dogos, it's a collection na I wanted to sell solely for charity. Kasi nga, the purpose of these photos naman was for the adoption drive. So parang I didn't want to make money off of it. Parang ganon.
Right.
At first, it was like about 75% ata mapupunta sa akin. And then the typhoon na death came, tas ang daming dogs na displays, mga cats din.
Yeah.
So I decided na to give na lang 100% of the primary sales to the shelter.
And which shelter did you actually take photos for?
Potion project.
Passion project. Alright.
Kasi medyo young kasing volunteers doon. So mas open sila sa mga, ito yung mga kunyari ikaw na sa photographer na parang versus yung mga ibang NGO na medyo mas older yung nag-handle. They're more open to experimenting. So parang pinakita ko yung mga inspiration ko. Kunyari like there's this photographer named Sophie Gamand in the US na she takes photos of dogs for adoption. So yun, from there, yun yung nagawa.
Right. And just to add to that, when you actually told them na yung proceeds ng photos is mapupunta sa kanila, ano reaction nila with like, NFTs, ano yun? Or like, pwede ka palang maka-help with like using your photos.
They didn't know about Ethereum that much. They knew about crypto. Kasi they were receiving parang like a gems, ang alam ko, from mga artista,
I see.
mga ganon. Oo. Pero crypto, hindi pa sila masyadong super familiar, especially with Ethereum also. So they were a bit parang, they weren't so sure, but they said they were gonna research on it, and which is nagawa naman nila now.
Right. Okay. And moving to the other collection.
Yung black pins naman, it was a collection na I wanted to do before din NFT, before pa ako mag-introduce sa NFT, na it's raising awareness around black aspins and black puspins. Kasi they're the ones na usually hindi na-adopt kasi malas daw, mga ganong mga superstition. So, ang ginawa ko is, I had them printed on canvas pa dati pa. Tapos I wanted to, I'll paint their stories on it. Ayun, tapos, na-introduce ako sa NFT. So, ginawa ko na din siyang collection through foundation.
Yeah. Right. And most of your collections are really focused on raising awareness on dogs and cats, di ba? So far,
yes.
or yun pa lang so far?
Yun pa lang so far. Kasi yun yung gusto ko kasing ikwento eh. Parang, I mean, I can explore other things, syempre. Pero for me, parang mas gusto ko kasi ikwento yung about cats and dogs that I meet.
I have a question, Keyburn. So nawala ko kanina.
Okay lang.
Importante ba na yung sa NFT artist that there's a story to tell sa art na minimint natin?
Ako sa palagay ko, oo. Na it might not necessarily be a narrative, pero yung dapat may pinanghuhugutan ka ng art mo. Or kahit like, let's say, abstract art yan, dapat may kwento ka na na-feel mo or na-evoke mo dun sa artwork. At saka kasi dun ka makaka-connect sa viewer mo, sa audience mo. Or kanya yung collector mo, kung may makita sila na may emotion sila ma-feel habang nakikita yung art mo, edi mas mabuti. So for me, as much as possible, oo, kailangan may kwento. Kahit it's a personal kwento, okay lang.
So right now, thank you Bern for that. Ngayon nakapag-mint ka na ng NFT art, ganyan. So, what are you doing to also onboard others into to the NFT space?
Actually, ang dami kong kinukulit na young artists na about NFT. As in, I send them lang links. Tas if interested naman sila naman lalapit eh. Kunikwento ko lang. And then I also post photos on my stories ko sa Facebook or Instagram. Para lang they get a bit of an idea about it. Pero so far, nakapag-onboard na ako ng 3 artists. So, ito yung mga nakikita kong malaki talaga yung potential. Pero, kailangan pang i-push para ma-discover nila yung NFT space. Sayang kasi.
Thank you very much, Bern. And baka pwede mo kami kwentuhan ano yung mga future projects mo?
Itong Blackpins, I will still continue this one. Actually, it's a year-long project. So, may 2 na ako. So, may 10 pang lalabas na Blackpins. Actually, naka-line up na sila. Meron next month si Negs from Potion. And then, si Shadow. Yung pusa ko. Tapos, baka I'll release another collection in support of Potion. So, 100% ulit proceeds will go to them. Ayun. Kasi nga, at least they're onboarded na din sa Ethereum. Kasi may MetaMask wallet na din sila. So, they're excited about it din.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Bern.
So
And then, yeah, sure. Nawala si Ching.
Oo, nawala.
Ayan, so Bern muna, sinisell mo siya yung NFT sa foundation. Yun yung NFT marketplace mo. Are you planning to also do it on other NFT platforms?
I'm exploring also Rarible now. Tas OpenSea for yung mga collections talaga na photos lang.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bern. And Ching, may question ka pa ata?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so the Potion project actually has their own NFT wallet na din? Is that what you mentioned? Or I misheard it?
Very recently lang. Kasi nga, sinend ko nga sa kanila yung MetaMask. Tapos, finally, they read up on it. Kasi syempre, volunteers lang din sila. So, medyo busy sila. So, at least ngayon, yung Rain Doggos collection, ang nakalink din na wallet is yung MetaMask wallet ng Potion. Yes,
oh, wow. That's cool. I mean, this is another way of fundraising for NGOs, diba? And we also saw that from YGG, who raised funds for Odette victims. So really, really amazing thing to see. Okay, thank you so much, Bern. I think you already mentioned like where people can find you and your collections. Next one, we have Sevi Loves Art. Hey, April. Hey, Sevi.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, everyone.
Sevi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're really excited to have Sevi over. Hi, Sevi. Okay. For the people who aren't familiar with Sevi Loves Art, April, can you quickly like introduce Sevi and then you as well and your NFT journey?
Debbie, tell them about yourself. Hi.
Hi. I'm Sebi Agregada. I'm 9 years old and I'm an artist.
Yeah, I'm April, Sevi's mommy. And so Sevi has autism, and it was diagnosed when he was 2. And when he was 5, he started to paint for art therapy. So we enrolled him doon sa center na kung saan siya pumupunta. Not expecting anything, pero it turned out na na-enjoy niya talaga, and he turned out to be good at it. So itong picture dito, yung koi na nasa right side, yan yung mga fifth painting niya when he started to paint. So talagang nagulat kami. And so we were thinking, oy, may future siya as an artist, not realizing the struggles also of artists, no, but at least there was something that he can do, that he likes, that he enjoys, that maybe he will have a future in as a profession. So in March of last year, a friend told us about NFTs. Talagang we didn't know about NFTs, pero we heard about Bitcoin. That
Mm.
was the extent of what we knew about cryptocurrency. So, nag-umpisa lang kami, sinashare lang namin yung work ni Sebi kasi nung nag-umpisa kami, parang wala pa masyadong mga kids doing NFTs. Meron kaming ilan na nakilala like Nyla and Emilio and Dad and Kids NFTs, pero not much. And parang me as a mother of a child with autism, parang I also wanted to protect Sevi because syempre he's the artist, so I have to tell his story, and I wanted to parang curate kung ano yung kwento na ilalabas ko about him, about his condition, about his art.
Right.
So in effect, I became the voice of Sevi. So that's how it all started for us.
Right. And April, I think you were in the audience nung last webcast episode, and you actually mentioned na you participated or you applied Sevi as an artist for First Mint Fund. Did it actually start there?
Absolutely, yes. In the beginning, when we first created our Twitter account, and I never had a Twitter account before, we were just sharing his work. We were sharing the koi, and then we applied to some grants,
Mm.
but it was First Mint Fund that went through, and I guess that was really the start of it all, no? Kasi that was the big hurdle for us, na parang are we going to invest in it? What if it doesn't work? Because nga,
Yeah.
we saw all of the art that was being shared online, and we weren't sure if Sevi's work would have an audience. And so having the funds from First Mint Fund really helped a lot. Parang get over that hurdle na okay, we have something to start on. And so we've been rolling with the funds that we've been getting from the sales, and that's what we've been so basically wala kaming money in, and parang that was that made it easier for us to jump
Yeah.
into the NFT space.
All right. And I often see you on like before Clubhouse or like Twitter Spaces. You're very active and very supportive of Sevi's art. And you started like from making Twitter to applying to First Mint Fund. How did Sevi's audience actually grow from it? Like what have you noticed that have grown in the crypto PH art scene?
I think it's really about connecting with people. Exactly, yung joining in the clubhouse rooms and then Twitter Spaces, because doon mo talaga na-share yung story mo eh. And especially for Sebi, parang I felt that it's a story that has to be told because it's an empowering story. Um, and really, it's connecting with artists that we like, of
Mm.
course, with the Crypto PH family, who some are watching as well this afternoon. And yeah, that's really how to build community. We make connections, we support them, they support us, uh, and connecting with other parents in the space. So the kids in the space have also grown.
Right.
Ang gagaling nila, parang nakakagulat na, if you support them early enough, parang the potential for their growth artistically is so great. And that's what makes this space really amazing, because they can start on building for their future today, and not later on when they realize, okay, this course is not for me, this degree is not for me, I'm
Mm.
going to be an artist because that's what I love to do. But they can have that now.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about this space.
Yeah, that's a good point in the NFT art scene. And speaking of potential, Sevi's work have been featured in Crypto Art Week Asia, if I'm not mistaken, Naira Gallery, and he was also interviewed during a show by Nyla Collection. Tama ba?
That was a show by Artific CZ.
Oh, okay.
He's a collector, and it was part of Nyla's Gen Z
There.
Gen Z show.
And also, I think the biggest one is the Sevi's colorful owl painting was in the streets of New York during NFT NYC. So
Yes.
how was that experience? Like from Twitter and then up to like New York, streets of New York. Anong feeling noon as a parent and also like Sevi when he hears about it or he sees it on an image?
Yeah. Well, it's very exciting because before we were just sharing Savi's work from Facebook and happy na kami kapag may nag-like. But now his work is being featured in IRL galleries in Singapore and Chicago.
Mm.
Tapos nakakasama din kami in these big events. Apply lang ng apply. And kahit si Savi, when he'll see his painting, he's like, oh, I did that or I made that painting. So that makes it parang wow, ang cute ni Sabi na, you know, he doesn't, to him none of it matters because all he knows is he made that painting. It's just
Mm.
me as a parent na parang wow, this this space really allows someone's work to cross borders and really get it out there. So
Yeah.
it's important to share and speak up, let your voice be heard, because you never know where you're gonna go, where you're going to go, right? Where you don't know where it will reach.
Yeah, very inspiring. And here we can see the in real life gallery. This is the first one, right? Exhibition
That was
for
his very
Sevi.
first solo exhibition. It's not a gallery; it's actually
Oh,
like a co-working space, an event space. But one of Sebi's collectors, Nathan, arranged that exhibit for him, and that's his very first solo exhibit in real life.
yeah.
So on the walls, we had his physical paintings, and then in the screens, those are his NFTs.
Yeah, I remember this. We were actually there. Mike and I were there
Yeah,
with Selvi in the photo. And it was actually in Raper Startup House, which
yes.
accommodated the show, the exhibit. So April, you went from like online and then in real life, nakita mo na yung mga collectors ni Sevi. How was that experience for you guys as well as like as a family? Like seeing the supporters of Sevi.
Well, syempre, we're very grateful because it's all of this is really for Sevi.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, there's not much else to say. We're very grateful for all of the support that we receive from the collectors and from the community and from the friends that we have made in the space, our crypto art ph space, our crypto art ph friends, our kids on the blockchain friends. Um, it's these are our crew. Yeah, obviously we connect with the Pinoys in the space, and then we also connect with the kids in the space. And really, I think they're the ones that help propel Sevi, and help share, expose his work to a broader audience.
Right. And when it comes naman to meeting like other parents who have like children who are artists naman as well, do they ask you like like any tips for their children starting out in NFTs? Did you ever encounter something like that, or with other parents that you've met as well, like internationally?
Uh, yeah, well, yeah, they have some. There are some who have reached out to us, and there are some who are interested now in entering the space because they've seen how Sevi is successful, um, and also some who have been interested to take up art therapy for their kids because they
Mm,
saw how Sevi has progressed. So it's not just specifically to the NFT space, but it's also art in general. So yeah, we try to answer as many questions as we can, and support the parents because there are a lot of doubts for parents na, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing right by my child? But since it's the parent who is in the space, parang yun yung filter, yung layer of protection for the kids para siguradong
yeah.
safe sila. We're actually speaking with somebody next week, who is interested to enter to have whose daughter is interested to enter the space, and she's from Philadelphia, and so
Mm,
a friend just connected us. So things like that, no. It's this space really helps you connect with people all over the world.
right.
I have a question for April, no? I saw this Twitter thread. I think something that you also showed me. Like there are shall we say criticisms or objections, diba, for parents doing the art for their kids, like doing the promotion and especially in mga private keys, etc. So I'm sure you have received those questions as well from the parents. So what do you tell them on that end?
Well, we don't see or hear as much pushback anymore because uh, we see that kids are really the kids are really responding. Um, it, in terms of the keys, this account specifically is for Sevi, and hopefully in the future he will be able to do it on his own. He'll be independent. He'll be able to share his story. But in the meantime, I'm here to support him. So that is what is important for parents to do if they want to have their kids be in the space. Kailangan talaga alalayan mo sila eh. Because there's a lot of negativity and parang it's not appropriate for the kid to be worrying about selling their artwork. Their focus should be about enjoying their art and doing something that they're passionate about. And it's the parents who will help market it and tell their story, because they don't need that pressure at you know at this age so young, di ba?
Yes, thank you. Can we ask Sebi what he is going to paint next?
Bobby, what are you painting
I'm
next?
trying to paint the two boys with the umbrella, but it's still not yet finished. So I'm gonna finish later and Thursday.
Later. So cute, Sevi. And Sevi's turning 10 this year.
Kelly, how old
Mhm.
are you?
I'm 9 years old.
Okay,
I'm
when
gonna I'm gonna be 10 in August 5. I'm gonna be 10 in August. My birthday in August 5.
August 5. Ah, so cute, Sevi. Thank you so much, April, for bringing in Sevi and like sharing your story. We really appreciate it, and it's nice to have like a different set of artists, like with kids, and then um working with animals with burn, and then now our next NFT artist spotlight is Marso. Hey, Marso.
Hey, what's up, BitPinas? Hello. I'm so sorry I don't have any camera.
No
Like my
worries.
friends have been DMing me, please open your camera. And I said, sorry, kaka-order ko lang uli ng panibago. So,
No
tis-tis muna tayo
worries.
sa ganito, guys. Sorry.
Okay lang. Baka ayaw mo ma-dox. Sige.
Parang too late na para hindi na ako madox. Kung pwede ko lang ibalik. Charot.
All right.
Okay.
Marso, can you tell us about yourself and then your NFT collection and your NFT journey as well?
Alright. So, for those na, alam ko sawang-sawa na kayo, pero for those who newly know me, I am a graphic designer first before I was an NFT artist. I was working in the industry for like 7 years bago ako nag-start maging NFT artist. Pero for the longest time, I've been an art enthusiast. I mean, it's a hobby of mine. And then around last year, tama ba? 2021? Oo, yeah. 2021, when second year na ng COVID, and I went home with my parents. Parang dun ko na-introduce sa akin yung um, crypto. Wala akong alam actually talaga sa crypto. I mean, hindi ko nga alam kung ano ibig sabihin ng wallet before. So, yun, thank you so Only for introducing me yung crypto and NFT. And then I thought na parang, ito, parang yung utility na nagbibigay ng NFT, yung technology niya na nagbibigay ng mga metadata, nagtatrack siya ng record, di ba? Parang sa akin, it gave a chance para sa mga artist, lalo na sa digital art, na makollect siya or magkaroon siya ng panibagong value. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, wow, this is very like a revolution for an artist lalo na sa katulad ko na digital artist lang ako ngayon lang pa no sorry kasi before kaming mga digital artists we are just seen as a workforce para sa mga kumpanya na parang employee lang kami. So, parang when NFT happened, kahit hindi ako marunong, I really strive to know, to learn about it. Kahit hindi ako marunong sa crypto, nasunog ako ilang beses diyan. Pero, dahil, NFT and art, it has art in it. So, adjust na lang ako ng onte. And then, alam mo yun, within the journey, within a year of my journey, um, medyo mahirap din kasi at first, sunog ka talaga, you don't know what you're doing, pero it's still up to you as a person on how much you are eager to learn kasi, uh, I've I've talked to many artists, so mga traditional artists, mga digital artists. We have different perspectives sa NFT, eh, no? And you can't really save everyone, lalo na kapag, let's say, sabihin ko magaling, kahit magaling ka, if you're not into it, if your principles are not into it, if your heart is not into learning about it, mahirap talaga siyang i-share. So, ako, if may someone na parang interested about NFTs, nilalapit ko siyempre sa Crypto Art PH kasi parang every week ata nag-o-onboard sila, which is amazing, 'di ba? Pero yung mga friends ko minsan na parang niyaya ko before, they have different perspectives and, I respect that. Anyways, ano pa ba? Within my journey,
Y-
uh, ano, go. Ano yun,
Yeah,
sweet?
Mike, do you have a question for Marcel?
Yes. When I first know of you is yung sa with our friend Isma. So and then I
Mhm.
saw you ito nga the NFT Asian yung exhibits
Asian
and
First,
then
yeah, oo.
so
Recently lang yun, meron din
mm.
kami this Saturday, ife-feature namin sila Trece, Luz Benaventura, I think, magto-talk sila. So, if anyone na nanonood na interested din, sabi plug ko na rin, ah. So, yeah.
And yun, so parang nakikita ko na you are doing your parang you go everywhere. Like
Mm.
is this also yung gawin ng artist sa NFT journey like to get the word out there as much as possible?
For me to get your work out there is to really use the tools kasi, like yung Twitter, Discord, and use kung ano man yung ginawa sila, which is, to socialize, super effective. I think marami na nagsabi na to NFT artists na parang to get your work out there is to join spaces, to chill, Clubhouse, Discords, and all of it naman is, really helpful. The thing is, if you are diversing with tokens, it's like building a different community and a way to experiment na rin. Like, if you have some new ideas and you think na parang hesitant ka to put it somewhere, like sa Ethereum na feeling mo itong collection na to, hindi siya papatok sa ganitong marketplace, it's okay to diverse. But the thing is, it's kinda hard na rin dahil you're starting from the bottom. Dahil gagawa ka ng panibagong community around dun sa token na yon. So, yeah.
So which is speaking of yung paggawa ng community, no? So also
Hmm.
this Discord, 'di ba? Na parang Marso Discord, parang ganun siya. So
Ah, hmm.
tama ba ako? So parang it's really about making sure na may community around the artist. And is it an advice that you can advocate to also all the other artists right now, pati yung mga nakikinig, to
Oo
establish
naman.
yung community around the artist itself?
Oo naman. I think dito sa NFT space, ang pinaka-importante is yung community, yung mga supporters ng work mo at pati na rin sa'yo. Kasi yan yung circulation mo, yung ecosystem mo. I mean, we can see naman na may mga artworks, di ba, na not so good, pero they have this massive following, di ba? They have their own reasons or their representations kung bakit sila fina-follow. So, building a community is parang an assurance na rin sa mga collectors mo at sa mga future collectors mo na there's something about you and about your collection na meron talagang ecosystem na nangyayari. Kasi ako, collector din ako on the side. So, I really know how to value a community. Sometimes, even if the project is not that good or sabihin natin yung floor price niya is sobrang baba na yung way mo to earn is masyado ng malayo, I still stay Pero it really depends dun sa alphas or sa community utility na nabibigay niya. So, within as an artist din, parang it can be applied to you sa mga projects na ginagawa mo. Ako personally, I advise na hiwalay yung project Discord sa main Discord community mo kasi masyadong magulo. Unlike kapag, let's say, kapag sa private mo, this is where your real life friends can also join. So, ayun, medyo meron kang sariling privacy. Unlike with a different community dun sa para sa mga projects mo, pwede kang mas maging formal, pwede kang magbigay ng giveaways na related dun sa project mo. So, ako, yes, I recommend people and artists na gumawa ng sarili ng Discord. I know it's hard kasi ako rin mismo, ako hanggang ngayon, ini-edit ko pa yung Discord ko. And alam mo yun, sobrang dami ng channels para bantayan yan. Minsan kailangan mo pa ng moderators and ako lang naman yung nag-aayos eh. Sometimes I hire, pero it really depends. Pero if you guys just have the time, it's not necessarily that you have to create your own Discord eh, di ba? We have our own pace naman. So, yun. Either way, just continue on your journey. May Discord man o wala, darating din naman kayo doon. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I actually,
sure.
sige, I'll ask this question because I'm really interested. So, Marcia, you mentioned that you're a digital artist before you actually started as an NFT artist, tama?
Yes.
Um, did like joining NFT space, did it actually allow you to experiment further, like mixing tech and like your art compared to before na you were just doing like digital art without the NFT component? Like the difference between back then and then now?
Actually kasi, aside even though I work as a graphic designer, artist, or
Mm.
illustrator, we usually do commercial work. So, there's instruction for us, ganyan. Pero at the side, during weekends, kasi hobby ko talaga yung gumawa ng art, though hindi naman ako magaling before. Parang ginagawa ko lang siya for the therapy. So, one thing that pushed me as well is yung mga kaibigan kong full-time artists na nakikita ko na they're doing it. Hindi naman sila nasa NFT, pero they're just doing it
Mm-mm.
kasi masaya sila. And nung napunta ako sa NFT, I saw an opportunity to just do whatever makes me happy. So, yun din talaga yung nag-push sa akin, kahit medyo mahirap siya. Pero,
Right, okay.
ayun, iba rin kasi yung I know merong mga NFT artists na gumagawa ng commercial work, yung mga, let's say, parang mga shirt designs na nilalagay nila and parang nahihirapan sila, paano ko ba ibebenta 'to, 'di ba? Kasi it's a commercial work regardless dun sa creativity or sa aesthetic kaysa dun sa pagiging artist mo. So parang is it a different material ba yung art sa commercial work, 'di ba? It's somehow both relatable. So I guess one thing then within the NFT space is that art here is a collectible. So, like in the real world art, you are collected for luxury, something like that. Unlike with the commercial work, you are collected for for another use for this graphic or asset to be used in a different what do you call it? Basta yun na yun. It's used for a different parang platform. It could be social media. Parang ganun. I forgot the term eh. Pero it's
Yeah.
something like
Like
that. That's
different
the
use
difference.
cases.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What you meant is different use cases. All right. Makes
Mm.
sense. Yeah, that's a really interesting insight actually. Like I have friends who are graphic designers and they've really wanted to like check out the NFT space, but they couldn't really like dedicate the time into it. But they're thinking about like acquiring it and all that. So yeah, if you have any advice to those graphic designers who just want to like explore, like ano yung first step na isa-suggest mo sa kanila?
When acknowledge if they really want to be here or they're just up for the money. Kasi, okay,
Right.
let's be honest naman, the party, there's money, di ba? Kasi we all want to live, we all want to make it. Pero are you really eager na parang to enjoy and create art and to engage with the community? Or are you just here dahil alam mong malaki yung pera? So, I think yun yung una. Next is to work on it. Dito masusukat kung gaano ka talaga ka-eager yung pag-aaral mo sa space, yung pag-lurk mo, yung pagpapansin mo kung ano ba yung mga dapat gawin. Kasi it's not just creating art, it's also market. Ikaw lahat eh. You're marketing yourself, you need to engage, you have to create art as well. So, kailangan mo hatiin yung time mo for those kind of things. And to be honest, medyo mahirap siya. Ayun. So, I think that's the next step. Of course, also engage with communities. I think the more na marami kang community at friends inside the space, mas may engganyo ka na magstay. At the same time, marami ding tutulong sa'yo na kapag may mga questions ka about technicalities with, halimbawa, wallets, ganyan, ano ba yung mga do's and don'ts, ano ba yung mga risk and mga dapat
Mm.
mong gawin para hindi ka ma-hack or something like that. Um, yung community mo yung tutulong sa'yo. Kasi there's money, big money involved with crypto. Eh. We all know that this is a billion-dollar industry. And hindi din basta-basta yung pagpasok dito. Kaya I always say sa mga friends ko na artists, na parang, are you willing to risk? Kasi minting in Ethereum cost around 2,000 to 5,000 pesos. And it's no joke, di ba? 2,000 and 5,000 pesos, pagkain na yan para sa pamilya. Eh. So, I really make sure na if they really want it, I want them to work hard on it kasi there are people na parang gusto spoon-fed lahat and which is hard kasi we all have our lives din naman. So, I think ang advice ko, lalo na sa mga friends mo, is just to go with it. Pero I think the easiest is to join some communities. We have naman like NFT Philippines, we have Crypto Art PH, we have First Mint Fund. Only they help around Filipinos to come up in the space. And to be honest, Philippines is one of the most NFT aware, di ba? Sa buong mundo. We have Axie din kasi. So it's a good entry point para sa mga tao to be knowledgeable about it. So, but within art, maraming tutulong dyan. Web 3 versus Web 2. Web 3. Sobrang bait ng mga tao sa Web3. Like, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Dito ko lang din nalamin yung word na wag, we were all gonna make it. So, Web2, hindi ko alam yan. So, yeah. Ayun.
It is really good. Yeah.
Okay, go, go, go.
Really good advice no, specifically with around yung sa education, around
Mm-hmm.
crypto, and of course yung security and risk. And if you can share ngayon sa because I remember last time, so a few weeks ago when you mentioned that you were hacked, di ba? So
Mm.
can you share experience about it and advice din sa ating sa ating audience?
Yeah, ito sobrang importante natin yung knowledge mo nga about sa mga wallets, ganyan. And lalo na dito sa crypto space, maraming hackers, maraming scammers. So, you will never know if it's a bot. Minsan hindi bot, kausap mo tao na mismo yung mga hack sa'yo. And around, bago may New Year, nakakako kasi merong nag-PM sa akin for a project which is, medyo hinonipot niya ako na ginawa niyang tight yung schedule, na yung proposal, it's hard to refuse. And, nakakatanggap din naman ako ng projects na para kailangan nasa RAR file yung contract kasi nga alam ko na it's a sensitive. Naalala ko nga, pinasentan pa niya ako ng slides, pinasentan niya ako ng ng contract. So, parang yung nasa RAR, parang RAR file, parang na yun, extended version of the contract. So, ayun, pagka-download ko, after an hour, wala na yung funds ko. It was half of my net worth. And up until now, I wasn't,
Ano?
I'm still not able to, get it back. And it's kind of difficult kasi I'm juggling around collecting and creating art. Kaya nga sabi ko, this is the NFT space is not really that easy kahit sabihin mo malaki yung pera. Malaki din yung loss and risk talaga dito. So, I advise, nung nakaka ko, ang first realization ko is parang I was being relaxed, reckless, kasi my wallets are all over the place. It is in my phone, it is in my desktop, it is in my laptop. So parang naisip ko, okay, dapat pala isang device lang yung paglalagyan mo ng wallet mo yung secured. So people, sinabihan nila ako na sa MacBook, I think yung security na maganda. Pero if you don't have naman, you can just download Brave browser. They have good security plus download na antivirus, syempre. So, yon. The next is, syempre, buy a ledger. If you're a collector, kasi anyone can, hack your wallet anytime na di mo malalaman. And of course, make your device clean. May mga kakilala din ako na na-hack sila through downloading some mga movies, mga songs, na hindi na nalalaman. So, ayun, just make yourself safe. And also sa Twitter, um, just make sure na wag ka na lang mag-download siguro ng RAR file. Just request something if they're, um, seryoso dun sa i-hire nila sa'yo. Meron din naman ako ng mga naging successful transaction. I think talagang minalas lang ako doon. Pero I think at that time, bago mag-New Year, people were really at it. I mean, Discord servers were being hacked. Yung, meron din sa NFT Asia, may mga dalawa na na-hack na taga-India and Thailand. So, ayun, it was, talamak talaga yung mga scammers and dito. So, ingat na lang din kayo and also sama kayo talaga sa mga communities para makapagtanong kayo for proper links kasi minsan through links kapag ginugoogle nyo, minsan siya, phishing. So, yun lang, just be aware kung ano talaga yung mga scam dito and pwede rin naman kayong magtanong. Also, make your device clean and safe. And yun lang. And keep going. Yun kasi ang isang, a lot of people have been telling me na parang, akala ko mag-quit ka na dyan. Ang laki pera na sunog sa'yo. No, eyes forward lang. Bounce back mindset tayo lagi. Whatever it is in life. So, yeah.
When you were hacked, no, circling back naman doon sa sinasabi natin sa NFT community, how did the community, your friends in the community, yung colleagues mo sa community help you deal?
Dun, una, they spread awareness kasi gumawa rin ako ng Twitter thread about it. Tapos, comfort, of course, it was really hard para sa akin eh. Pero the bounce back, yung collector friends ko, Boodle Fam, Alpha, kung nanonood kayo, they really helped me na parang i-bounce back yung funds ko through collecting, through flipping. In regards sa art, of course, nandiyan na rin naman yung NFT PH for the support. Pero at the same time, right now, medyo nahihirapan ako mag-bounce back sa art kasi I couldn't juggle yung collecting and creating and marketing sa art. Pero I'm really glad na parang nandiyan yung NFT PH para, alam mo yun, niyaya nila ako minsan. O tara, mag-spaces tayo. Pero ako lang talaga yung medyo busy-busy. So, yun. Yeah, the community helped din naman.
And thank you so much, Marso, for sharing that experience. No, I think
Yeah.
good advice talaga, especially sa community natin. And so, yeah. So, I think ito na yung start ng ating Q&A. For, for Bern, for April, and to Marso, where do you think is the best place for learning? So, nagsimula, di ba, I remember yung kay Bern kanina, parang lahat tinignan mo, ganyan. So, if there's a structured way, so where's the best place do you think para magsimula isang tao, isang artist na sa kanilang NFT journey?
Sa Twitter talaga. Sa Twitter talaga lahat. As in, kasi there you can actually talk to real life people. It's not just articles. So pag may hindi ka maintindihan,
point.
you can actually post your questions
Good
on
point.
Twitter. Yeah.
And yeah. So we have this question from the audience, Mael. So anyone in the panel can answer to April and Marso and Bern. So what do you think is the most important skill we need to learn dito sa NFT and crypto?
Ako, pwede ba lahat na lang tayo sumagot? Ako, I think, marketing skills talaga. Kasi there are people here na parang they've just been started around a month ago, pero, di ba, lipad sila. And it's really a matter of putting yourself out there. Kasi art is very subjective naman. So I think it's really a matter of marketing yourself here in the NFT space. After all, this is not purely, NFT space is not purely art. It's mostly, finance and all. So yeah.
I agree.
Thank
I
you.
think it's important for us Filipinos to speak up. I guess yun yung isa sa mga weaknesses natin nahihiya tayo, especially when it comes to speaking in Twitter spaces. nahiya tayo or na-insecure tayo kasi hindi magaling yung English natin. But we have to think na these are people from all over the world, and some of them hindi nila first language yung English, pero tayo
Mhm.
we speak in English, we speak in Filipino. So talagang kailangan lang mag-try, to be brave and go for it.
I guess
Right.
yung marketing talaga, no? Marketing yourself and marketing the skill of marketing talaga can really go to places because, di ba, kahit sa products or companies, kahit gaano kaganda yung product, if no one knows about you, um, parang wala lang din. So that's why it is
That's true.
important really to speak and to get the word out for, sa sarili mo. For example, sa Twitter Spaces for our audience here. So wala namang podcast, may mga mukha kami. Sa Twitter Spaces wala naman. So it's really just your voice. So there's no need to be shy or whatever. So how about kay Bern?
Sa palagay ko, aside from marketing, it's really knowing your brand. Kung ano ka ba talaga as an
Mhm.
artist, ano ba yung kumbaga niche mo or yung unique selling proposition mo. Ayun, yun lang. Kasi parang ah hindi naman natin mapapagkaila na madaming artist na magaling sa NFT space as in sobrang dami. So the question now is how will you stand out compared to them?
Mm.
Yun, yun
Yeah.
lang.
How do you set yourself apart
Mm.
from the other artists as well with your story? Yeah,
Yeah.
really good answers. Mike, do you have a next question from the
Yeah,
audience?
and first of all, thank you Isma for your Miss Metaverse question. so
Miss Metaverse.
naman
Pwede,
from
pwede naman.
Jonathan, ano daw yung software or tool na ginagamit nyo for your NFT art? I think this magdi-differ yung mga kasama. So, let's start with Marso.
Ako, digital artist ako. So, usually, Photoshop and Illustrator. Yun lang ang ginagamit ko.
Okay, so and April?
Yeah, Savvy is a traditional artist, an analog artist, so he uses acrylic on canvas. So, kinukunan ko lang ng picture, in-edit ko ng konti yung lighting and yung contrast para medyo pareho nung actual piece. And then yun, in-upload ko na siya. But we might have Savvy try digital art. Uh, Kasi binigyan siya ng Wacom tablet ni Boss Logic. And there's an artist now
Wow.
on the front page of OpenSea na nag-pledge siya na kung ma-sell out, ma-sold lahat ng pieces niya, she'll buy an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil for Sevi. So we'll see kung maging open siya to try digital art.
Exciting
And
for Sevi.
yeah. And kay Bern?
Exciting naman nung kay Sebi. Ah, sa akin naman, of course, for to take photos of the dogs and the cats, I use a camera, naka-Fuji ako. And then editing, I edit on Capture One and Photoshop. Tapos I also do traditional art, which is acrylic naman din gamit ko. And then I do print on canvas. So, pinapaprint ko muna siya bago ko siya paintan. Yun lang.
Thank you, Bern. So, I think for our audience, parang napakalaking ano na, iba-iba sila ng style. And
Mm.
hindi kailangan na marunong mag-digital art to do your NFTs or hindi man kailangan acrylic or kumbaga kung ano yung style nyo. And it doesn't matter what medium or what tool you are using. I think that's the key point dun sa mga sagot ng ating guests. So, a question from Emmanuel. What is the most efficient way to build your community? So, fellow artists. I guess nasagot na ni Marso kanina. So, for April,
Yeah, join groups, no? We're lucky we found the kids on the blockchain. We're lucky we the Filipinos banded together, and so that's where we support each other. There's also NFT Asia. And just connect with the artists na tipo mo yung style nila, tipo mo yung sinasabi nila every day. And then kung feeling mo may connection ka, you interact with them naturally. And dun siya medyo that's where it will all start.
Right.
thank you, April. And then for Bern, Where?
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Hi. Um, Same lang din with April. You have to connect to the community. Kung wala kang mahanap na katulad ng ginagawa mo, like what she said, you have to connect with people na gusto mo yung art style nila. And I think you also have to be really genuine with interacting. Kasi alam ko sinasabi dito na mag-like lagi, mag-retweet lagi. Pero if you don't like naman their art or if it doesn't resonate with you, huwag mong pilitin. Okay lang naman yun. So, it's really being genuine talaga.
Thank you so much, Bern. And then I think this is a medyo parang reverse question, no? So, what you can advise for new collectors in the NFT space? So, um, so sa collector side naman, like, I think may mga collectors that are buying, for example, sa mint, and then there are others na nagbabay ng, for example, sa Tesos, di ba? For 1 TES or 2 TES. So, do you have advice for them? So, paano ba dapat mag-collect or something? I guess just collect. And
Uh,
then,
I may interject. I guess collect something that you like, and don't use funds that you can't afford to lose. Kasi yung mga
right,
projects, whether individual or yung mga collectibles, hindi hindi natin masasabi kung talagang tatagal sila or rug pull pala and marami kang biniling editions or pieces. And then after sometimes a few weeks, bagsak na yung presyo, bagsak na yung floor. So I guess don't mortgage your house and put turn into crypto and buy into these projects. So,
All
first
in
of all,
crypto.
oh, exactly. So, kasi nangyari na rin sa amin yun na we bought into a project, nag-FOMO kami, fear of missing out, and then biglang nag-die down yung project or nag-rug pull pala. So, first of all, look for something that you like na okay lang sa'yo to hold for a long time. And then don't invest more than what you can afford to lose.
thank you,
Okay.
April.
Ako
And
naman,
Marshall,
gusto ko
you
rin
mentioned, di ba?
mag-advise.
Collector, sabi mo ikaw.
Ah, pinaka-advice ko dyan, DYOR. Kasi we have our own subjective importance dun sa utility. Always invest on projects that you really believe in. And tama yun si April na parang invest only what you can afford to lose kasi you will never know. Pero most importantly, do your own research whether it is a project or an artist, di ba? So, yan talaga ang foundation. So, yun.
Thank you so much, Marso. And we have a question actually dun sa slides namin. Pero siguro unahin, ito yung question from Lai Melendres. So, I'm sure you know him. Is it better to be an NFT artist who shares yung real name and personal info, o mas safe na maging anonymous NFT artist who uses names but never shares their info? I guess mayroon both, no? May mga successful artists like Sevi, like Burn, na anonymous, yung
Mhm.
sinasabi natin, every information is known. But there are also anonymous artists naman na sa anonymous. So, but what are your thoughts on this particular question?
Ako,
Which, hmm,
I think it's safer na maging anonymous pero alam ko it's too late for me. Pero kasi yung risk ng pagiging dox mo is puwede kang ma-hack, 'di ba?
mm-mm.
People can threaten you. Yun talaga yung isa kong naisip nung na parang tama nga if you guys know Aswang, tama nga si Aswang na parang it's safer and kasi doxing comes with the price of fame. Of course, your name is being known. Kahit sabihin natin na mas mabilis kapag if you are selling your own brand rather dun sa project. Although it both benefits naman. I think ako personally mas gusto ko na maingat yung buhay ko, yung funds ko kasi it's hard to live a life now na ang laki nung risk. So, yun. Pero both ways naman, if either you're selling yourself as the brand or the face of the brand or yung project lang naman, it's both profitable. And it only depends sa'yo kung ano ba yung mas pinapahalagahan mo talaga personally. So, yun.
Ayan. Thank you, Marso. And then, ito yung last question naman from our BitPinas slide. So, we always ask this question for all sa mga artist na nakikilala ko kina Jopet or kina AJ last week, no? So does NFT hurt small time artists? So we understand na madaming negativity in NFT art, like destroys the environment. But there is a discussion for another time, no? So so audience, so this is a crypto show, so baka medyo biased kami. But does NFT hurt small time artists? So let's start with Bern.
Ako for me, no. Actually, it benefits nga small-time artists because it shortens the journey ng art mo para ma-reach yung audience mo. Versus kasi kunwari, I came from a traditional arts background. Bago ako makapag-show, kailangan ko pa mag-pitch sa isang gallery. Bago pa ako makapag-pitch sa isang gallery, kailangan may write-up ka. Ayun ganun, kailangan may kakilala ka. Kailangan mo makapag-rub elbows. You have to physically go to the gallery to know people or else hindi ka makukuha as the next artist for the show. Parang ganun. So ako for me, it shortens yung journey ng art mo para ma-reach yung audience mo. Especially if your goal naman at the end of the day is to really share your story. So yun, it doesn't hurt at all.
Thank you so much, Bern. And then kay April?
Well, Sammy literally is a small artist, and already we have uh, we have saved enough crypto funds or ETH to make sure that his therapy is uninterrupted, and we're able to help other organizations also that support kids with young adults with autism as well. So it's that's our stand on it, and already he is safeguarding his future thanks to NFTs and crypto art.
Thank you so much, April. And then kay Marso?
Okay. Hello. Narinig ba ako? Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess the proper question is why does it hurt NFT artists? 'Di ba? And how? Kasi ako, I've been working in the industry for like 7 years and I've been a small time artist and after a year I'm one of the pioneers here in the NFT space. So aside from that, in the real world you can't track your art. Unlike with NFT is not art, it's a tech for art. You can use metadata and you can track people and also you can have royalties through your artwork. Also, wala ka na kailangan na parang need ng space. And as an artist, it's really hard. Totoo yung sabi ni Bern. I've known artists and I've been one na parang you have to rub elbows with galleries that's going to take a percent of your work. Aside from that, meron din syempre mga abuse na nangyayari within sa mga artists para lang makipag-network. Unlike here in the Web3, you are safe to not dox yourself and let the work speak for you. Diba? So I guess the real question is, why do you think of that? Is it because of the money? Pero Web3 is just another representation of Web2. The difference is Web2 is oversaturated over Web3. So I guess, medyo biased rin ako kasi nandito ako. Of course not. It's not hurtful for the artists. Maybe hindi lang tayo ganun ka-knowledgeable. Anything has a cost naman. Let's say, for the environment, cars are bad for the environment, di ba? So I think it's a matter of knowing what really NFT is and what's happening really in the crypto space. Pero yes, bias ako. So I say it's a no. So yun lang.
And thank you so much, Vern, Marso, and April. This has been a really
Yeah.
interesting discussion, and hopefully our audience has learned a lot, especially from all of you at yung mga stories na share nyo sa amin. And we hope to see you more sa NFT space, and I'm sure that that will be the case naman. So yeah, and I guess ito na tayo sa final words natin, and for April, where can people find Sevi, and any last words?
Sebi is, well, we are mostly on Twitter, but we do have a semi-active page on Facebook, Sebi Loves Art, and an IG, also Sebi Loves Art. Yeah, but connect with us on Twitter. Last words. You never know what trying a new thing can get to you, get for you, or create for you, the opportunities that it opens up. So try it out, but also I guess be careful because syempre kapag pera, parating merong scam. And anything with involving money, there will be bad players in the space. So as with crypto and in the NFT space, just always be careful. But there are people who are willing to help, and yeah, we're here. The crypto RPH people are here to help you. So connect with us.
Cool. And then kay Bern, where can people find you and final words for this webcast?
Okay, people can find me on Twitter at burndogtography. Last words actually is ongoing pa rin yung First Mint Fund. So if you are a new artist and haven't even minted anything yet, you can apply at firstmintfund.com. They will filter through the artist, and then eventually, if you're chosen, you can mint for free. So yun yun, and there's no strings attached. So if you want, you can check that out. And that's it. So, sorry, may last pa pala ako. um, ang tawag dito, so sa mga gusto mag-create, don't worry about your art. Huwag kayong kabahan kumbaga na hindi bebenta yung art mo. Kasi madaming collector dyan who will appreciate your art. So whatever it is, just keep on creating lang. And please brake for animals. Don't drive fast. Yun lang.
Thank you so much, Bern. And then kay Marso, where can people find you and final words for this webcast?
Alright, guys, you can find me at my Twitter, marso_63. And also, kung gusto nyo makipag one-on-one, wow, one-on-one. Di ba one-on-one? Bonding lang naman sa Discord. Lagi ako nasa Discord ko. So yeah, I posted, nasa Twitter ko rin naman yung link if you guys are just interested or if you guys have questions or do you guys want to be a holder. Anyways, last words and advice to people who are interested in collecting and being an artist in NFT space. Always do your own research that is beneficial for you. And also join the communities to learn further. We have yan nga, First Mint Fund, NFT Philippines, Crypto Art PH, and also Only para ma-leverage nyo kung ano nang meron tayong dito sa Pilipinas about NFT space. So, yun lang.
And
Thank you
Marso,
so
you
much, Marso.
you had sorry, Marso, you
Yeah.
had an event that you wanted to promote as well, right?
Yeah, meron kaming event within Asianverse kung saan i-feature namin ang 13 at si Luis Benaventura. They're going
Mhm.
to showcase their work dun sa gallery namin within Crypto Voxels and mag-chill sila doon through our crypto space. This event is actually every 2 weeks where we
Mm.
curate Filipino artists. Yes, purely Filipino artists. Sikat man nun o hindi, pwedeng sumali. Pero mag-wait lang kayo for your turn. Marami nakapila. And ayun, it's within Twitter lang naman. If you guys are interested, just DM me through Twitter kung gusto nyong sumali dun sa gallery. So, yeah.
Thank you
Right.
so much, Marso. And then Chin, so where can people find you then and last words?
Yeah. I don't have any last words for the audience, but this was like a really, really insightful webcast. Like, ang dami ko rin natutunan from them, with their experiences, and then with Marso with the hacking incident. Like, I'm glad na we're having these conversations, and our audience are actually like tuning in and like learning more and more about this space. You can find me in my Twitter. It's in there. And yeah, I sana mas madami pang artists yung maging vocal about their experiences and journeys for everyone to like relate and share their knowledge in this space. Ayun lang.
Thank you so much, Sheen. And sagutin ko lang tong question niya kung itong BitPinas Webcast na ba yung bagong Blumex webinar series. So, in 2020 kasi sina Luis Benaventura is doing the webcast. So, we actually patterned this web series naman sa BitPinas from there. So, hopefully, every Thursday, mag-tune in kayo sa webcast natin. Yeah, so this is Michael from BitPinas. Mag-ingat kayo sa scammers. We will not discuss crypto, even also the artists here and Sichin, all of this discussion, you have more information about the space, about NFT. Everything is risky sa space na to, but we are at the forefront of something that is new. Kaya ang daming, kaya ang daming, should I say, objections, di ba? So, but as you know, ignorance is very expensive. And we our advice, read Bitpinas, read Google, YouTube, and watch everything that you can in order to stay informed. So yeah, so this is Bitpinas livecast webcast. We are signing off. See you next time. Bye bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you for
Bye
having
bye.
me. Bye.